Have you ever had a problem falling asleep? I know I have. I was recently asked about mindfulness and and when you're having difficulty falling asleep. So here are some tips that I have for preparing yourself for bed at night and helping you get a good night's rest. It's so important for our thinking and our functioning throughout the day. So there are basically three problems that sleeplessness is composed of. First is falling asleep. That's one type of sleep issue, falling asleep. Second would be staying asleep. And the third is early morning awakenings. So these are each three different ways that we can experience difficulty with sleeplessness. So let's talk about how to create an environment for good sleep. First of all, take a look at your bed. Is it comfortable? Are you able to actually, when you lay down, rest? If you don't get the feeling of, oh, I'm sleeping on a cloud, then you need to think about getting a new bed, and at the very least, a mattress topper. So having a comfortable bed is very important. Then next, the room in which you sleep. If you need blackout curtains, you need to get those as well, so that it's nice and dark and your body can actually rest. Third is unplug. Stop looking at your devices from 1 to 2 hours before you actually are going to lay down. For me, what I do is I read a book. I actually go up to bed early-ish and I read until I drop the book. And that's my clue to turn off the light, put the book down, and then go to sleep. Typically, when I turn the light out, I will also begin a guided meditation at that point. And I recommend that as well. That's where the mindfulness comes in. You can focus in on your breath, and oftentimes you can actually breathe yourself to sleep. When I worked nights, I worked 7 on, 7 off in a pharmacy. I would get home exhausted, make sure I had my blackout curtains. And as soon as I laid down, I would just concentrate on my breath. And it was amazing that you can actually train yourself to fall asleep by paying attention to your breath. One other point about unplugging, having a TV in the room going all night is probably the worst thing that you can do. You actually lift yourself out of the restful level of sleep with the noises that are occurring, because it's physiological. You hear a noise, it wakes you up because you might be in danger. And the noises from the TV actually prevent you from getting into the deepest levels of sleep. The last suggestion that I have for you that has to do with falling asleep and staying asleep. So I use 2 supplements. One, depending on what's happening, melatonin is very effective at the right dose. Melatonin at 500 micrograms is the right dose. 5 milligrams is way too much. 10 milligrams is off the charts. So it's one of these hormones that has to be just in balance, and just enough of it will, in fact, help you fall asleep and stay asleep. The next supplement that I recommend is L-theanine, which is in the product Serenity. doTERRA has a wonderful product. I love this one. It has both lavender and lemon balm, passion flower, all of these things that are mild sedatives, including chamomile. So it's a proprietary blend, but L-theanine is one of the active ingredients. It's also called the sunshine vitamin, although it's an amino acid. But theanine is wonderful for reducing your blood pressure, helping you to relax and get calm, and to fall asleep. So those 2 supplements are incredibly important. The other supplements that I highly recommend, when you lay down and you become uncomfortable for pain, and you have early morning awakening. That's my problem. One of my problems amongst many. When my joints start to ache and it wakes me from sleep, then I don't get a restful night. So I use turmeric, or with copaiba, both. Turmeric is available. There's many forms of it that are available. Make sure you get one that talks about absorption right on the label, because it is a difficult product to absorb. You can add a little black pepper to your turmeric, and it increases the absorption dramatically. So turmeric with black pepper. And copaiba is a resin from a tree that is anti-inflammatory, and I combine the two together, and it is amazing how much difference it's made. You can use an ibuprofen or Aleve, which is naproxen. Those two products are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. You can try those, but I always go with the simplest to the strongest. So copaiba and turmeric are my go-to. One more thing about L-theanine and particularly the Serenity product from doTERRA. It's mild enough that if you wake up in the middle of the night and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and you've stayed in bed and you're not falling back to sleep, you can take a second dose in the middle of the night, and you're not going to be groggy during the day, which, is a problem with most of the prescription products that are in the benzodiazepine class of drugs, Ambien, et cetera. So those type drugs, you can have a serious hangover the next day from them, and you're groggy and you're not quite ready to do things. So remember that having a sleep routine is highly important. Having your bed, your blackout curtains, unplugging from devices 1 to 2 hours beforehand. You can breathe yourself asleep, and then the proper supplements. And I really wish that we all can have a good night's sleep. Thank you so much for meditating with me today. If you like this video, please click the like link, subscribe below, and follow me on Instagram or Facebook. You can check out my webpage for more free meditations, and sign up on the homepage and they'll appear in your inbox. Thanks so much again for meditating with me. Every week there'll be fresh, free content.